I'm Dracula. Roar. I'm reading a book. What's up, guys? JP here. We're going to be taking a JPOV of Castlevania 2 Lords of Shadow. This is the PC version. Let's just say the best version. I'll just get out front and say that right away. It's got higher res textures that you can add on in the menu, in the option menu, so that's good. That's good to hear. And it runs quite well. I'm pulling right here in this little thing around 160 FPS with DX Tori still running. So, Castlevania 2, Lords of Shadow 2, of course, the second in the Lords of Shadow franchise, made by or developed by Spanish studio Mercury Stream and published, of course, by none other than Konami. It's the 35th installment of the Castlevania franchise. That number is very surprising to me. Take a real quick look at the options before we jump in, if it lets me. It might not let me.
The Gorgon has lost her primordial chaos gem. Now I can use it.
We can use its burning power. There are some spoilers within this. Obviously, I can't do too many of the side missions, guys. So I'm about 3.5 hours into the game. I can't play at any other checkpoints. So if you are worried about spoilers and you want to play this game, let me just say that there is a demo available on Steam that you can play. It's the first 15 minutes of the game. It's the tutorial from the game. They basically just ripped that off. So if you plan on playing that, you can download it for free, but just keep in mind that if you do buy it, you're going to have to play through that all over again, and there's no skipping at all. You just have to play it from what I've seen, because I had to play through it twice. So spoilers abound. Let's get into it. Castlevania Lord of Shadow 2. I'm Dracula. Let's take a look at the option menus real quick before we really get into this. Decent selection. I'm playing with VSync deactivated. I haven't seen any screen tearing at all. These are the high definition texture packs that I was talking about. It does have a pretty good look. It is a good looking game. One of the big things too is that you can change difficulty whenever you want, I believe. Yeah, I'm playing it on the normal setting. But you can also play without QuickTime events, and for me, makes the game so much more enjoyable. Really, like through and through. I'm really enjoying it. You can also turn on how much damage you're doing, etc., etc. I've decided to play with that off, especially the show enemy life. I think that's kind of lame. And I am playing with the gamepad. I'm playing with the MLG Pro Circuit Xbox 360 controller. So let's pick up that primordial gem. I have noticed that this game has a lot of... What's the best way to put it? There's a lot of things that you do that lead to a cutscene. In fact, the first probably 40 minutes of the game after the initial tutorial is cutscene. And it's listening to people talk. And if you're one for the Castlevania power, or sorry, the Castlevania story and drama with all that, it's actually pretty cool. It's not the most amazing story, but it's not bad. It's one of those things that pops up quite a lot. You have enough experience points to upgrade a skill, and it's right there in the center of the screen. It goes away relatively quickly, but I have found it to be somewhat annoying. There's a map, which is a little bit different from the first one. I felt like the first one was more... I don't know how maybe there was a map in the first one. The first one felt more like a cinematic movie more than anything. This is how I restore my magic there in the bottom right and bottom left-hand corners. You walk up and press that. Let's look at the... Sorry. Let's look at the... items, lore. You can do all that stuff. Let's upgrade my Shadow Whip if I can find that. Where is that? Skills. Here we go. So you can see it's got those little cool little ink drawings once again. It's got full upgrades. I'm gonna go ahead and get the last two upgrades here, just so I have all of the Shadow Whip abilities. And then, of course, when you use a... Well, not of course. I think this might be something new. When you use something enough, you can master that skill, and then that changes the mastery level, which means that you can do more damage with it, things like that, I believe. Let's get into actually playing the game, though. It tends to kind of vary from the type of game you're getting quite a lot. This is right after the events of fighting a boss. Let's use this device, which was pretty much your standard action game boss. There wasn't anything too crazy to it. But in the beginning of the game, there's some weird stealth segments. I hope maybe they'll stick us into more of those. Yeah, we can jump off there. That's really weird. And the game does this thing where it bounces back from whatever time we're in now to the modern day, I guess is what you could call it. That's a little bit different. Oh god, these guys do not like being hit. So, fighting's pretty basic. You've got your X attacks, you've got your Y attacks. You've got a dodge, which you can see right there. If you use the right stick, or sorry, not stick, right trigger, you can use your projectiles. Left bumper allows you to switch to a different item. And this sword actually steals HP, but you can't use it the entire time, which is good. This is kind of the damage, or sorry, the shield breaker, I guess is the best way. Wait, where the hell did that come from? And you can see as I'm damaging this guy, it breaks his armor. So that's cool. Helpful. Ow. I don't know why his armor's not breaking. There we go. Got a pretty wide arc on his shots. Let's get our HP back. So the combat's, I mean, it's your standard action game like this. It's not bad by any means. It seems like enough has been presented that it's changing enough to where it's not the same thing over and over. This stuff is done through QuickTime events, but since I have them turned off, I just press B and it kills them. And that's the way I like to play the game. It's easy. It's not a annoyance, I guess is the best way to say. Another key. Come on, suck in. There we go. Okay, let's go over here. Activate this key. Sometimes it's really picky with these devices. Graphically, I think if you're playing this on the consoles, you're not wasting $60, but definitely play this on the PC. It looks miles better on the PC. Runs flawlessly. I mean, even throughout this right here, I'm getting 150 FPS, which is quite awesome. Dracula's blood kind of has this weird aliveness. I don't. It has this weird vitality to it. I guess maybe that's a better way of saying it. That makes a lot of things work. And you are in basically his castle, which in the modern day has extended out to everything else. I think we're gonna jump back here to modern day. We'll see. Maybe we get to see my favorite character in the game thus far. I hope we do. It's the Chupacabra. I think we are. I think he made a shop. I'm excited, guys. I'm just gonna let this happen. Oh. It's an interesting loading technique. Oh, there he is.
Oh, my prince. What a great honor to have you in my humble business. Please, come in. Come in. Make yourself at home.
Oh, God.
haven't got much merchandise. We've only just opened to the public. Please understand, Majesty. Well then, what do you think of my shop, sir? The world is what you make of it, sir. If it doesn't fit, you make alterations. Now tell me, sir, how may I help you?
So yeah, I haven't seen this yet. Tears of a Saint. There's 0 of them. What do they do? Ancient Belief. Tributes healing capabilities to the Tears of Saints. Centuries Alchemist. Wait, what? Huh. Ensnared Demon. Seal of Alastor. Chaos Gem. Void Gem. Life Gem. Those are 5k. Yeah, I think we're just gonna check out.
Pleasure to serve you, my lord.
Interesting. See you later, Chupacabra. What is this? To use the Kleidos with this mirror. I don't know what this does, but we're gonna press it.
Arcane object to invoke the power of that mirror, my lord.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Chupacabra. You're the best. What would I do without my Jar Jar Binks of Castlevania 2? Actually, Jar Jar Binks is a little harsh.
My prince.
I actually enjoy this character.
Our emblem.
Of course. Slow-mo. It's a dragon.
The dragon returns.
Extinct for eons, the existence of dragons has been relegated to a mere mention in legend and myth. However, the legacy has remained latent in the blood of their ancestors, inherited by their descendants, awaiting the arrival of the Chosen One to rise again. An old prophecy describes how a mysterious talisman was created in ages long past to ensure the return of the beast. Only when its centuries-old skills have been collected within the dragon will the dragon be reborn. The talisman of the dragon selected, press and hold right trigger to use it. Okay. See you later, Chupacabra. You got a cool voice. You have a good day.
Will have questioned the scientist by now. I should return to the city.
So they haven't really explained how you're going into your castle and coming back into modern day, etc., etc. It's a little bit interesting. That doesn't look very cool. I think it wants me to look at that. The pile of sacrifice. This should be good. Oh. What the hell is that? Kleidos. The Kleidos is an amazing relic from the long-forgotten time in which warriors thirsty for recognition had to pass the challenges that only it could offer. Anyone who wanted to test their valor in the arena of Kleidos first had to find the runes that completed it. A total of 16. Damn. For every 4 runes, the warrior had to write to a series of challenges, finding all the runes and completing. It's kind of lame that they put this all in text. However, there's a final condition for those who brave to try. The Kleidos only activates its ancient words written on the runes are... Oh, if the ancient words written on the runes are read. That's hard to say. However, as more as the character is chronicled knows, the creature known as Chupacabras is the only living being that speaks this forgotten tongue. Of course. That's weird. Who is that guy? That guy looks awesome. I really like a lot of the art in this game. Sure, a lot of it is demonic, but I think that the HD texture pack or high-res texture pack really adds to it. You get a lot of cool scenery like this. I think it looks pretty good on the PC, to be honest. I mean, you have like the embers falling in the sky. Looks kind of cool. So the wolf medallion, I don't really know what this is. The wolf is my son or something. The story's somewhat hard to follow sometimes. He shows you stuff. And we're going to walk through this black stuff, and I think it's going to take us back to modern day. Yeah. I think this is how I get back to the, like the wolf allows me to teleport into this world of blood and go back to the modern world. The castle, as you'll see, well, maybe they'll show it here, but the castle kind of is alive. The blood on it speaks to you a lot. It's a little bit interesting. What is this? Oh, I already got that. Oh no, I don't. Let's get full energy. Collectible wise, you've got collectibles that will enhance, by the way, cars that'll enhance your HP, your life stealing. What is this called again? Void sword and your fury gauntlets. I don't know what they're called. But you can increase all that stuff. Can't blow up the cars though. It's a little bit unfortunate. But it is kind of interesting to see cars. I think this is Zobek's place. I wonder if there's anything else down here. No, it doesn't look like it. There's been a couple of things that I've seen while walking around that you can only access them once. Or, sorry, access them once you have a certain ability. So you have to go back. So it's kind of got that Castlevania vibe where you have to make sure you have the ability to be able to get to XXX. But we're going to have some story here. By the way, Zobek's back.
We have no news about their location, but the provisional number of victims makes us fear the worst for our colleagues. The green cloud is expanding over the city, transforming both the living and the dead. Brutal creatures are coming out of it, like the ones seen in the images. The cloud... The creatures are extremely violent, and the security forces have set up barricades all around the city to try to contain them.
Mm-hmm.
Many people are now asleep at this time of night. Citizen collaboration will be... I've been informed that the governor's appearance has been cancelled and he's not answering calls from our newsroom. The worst thing...
Interesting.
It's like nothing we've ever seen before.
That's some great reporting.
Anymore to calm your fears. As far as I can tell, the gates of hell have opened under the city.
Probably.
Run for your loved ones and run for your...
So this is one of the characters that I fought earlier on. She is an acolyte of Satan, which you could probably tell by the gigantic horns and once you see her face. She's rather interesting.
Has she said anything yet?
Yes. To tell you the truth, she hasn't shut up.
I like Satan.
You find me attractive,
Oh boy.
my prince.
I've tried reading her mind, but there is only chaos and fury there.
Because he's impotent.
Something is buried deep,
You both are.
but I'm unable to see it.
My dear Zobek, if only you could see what I see. I see you.
She's too far
While my
gone.
brother's skin
She'll
swell
kill
up.
herself
It'll
before we
be
get
slow,
anything out of her.
very slow, so we'll see
If she was
every
human
pain
again,
imaginable.
I might be able to reach her.
Fighting against us, you scum!
Then let's give her back her humanity.
Oh, make me pretty again.
Oh boy.
please make
But
me
how?
pretty again.
This disease is manufactured, so they must have made an antidote as well.
Oh, you are so clever. So clever, my handsome
Yes.
prince.
Of course. It must have been created when developing the virus to protect those chosen to serve them.
By the way, that is Patrick Stewart, in case you were
Judging by
wondering
the
where
look
that
of
voice is
you,
coming from.
Sadly, it would seem you're not one of the chosen, my dear.
No, my dear. Sadly, I am just one of Satan's hordes.
Language.
I'll go back to the corporation, look around, see what I can
Very
find.
well, but make your own way there. It's risky to open a portal. It's likely the acolytes are aware of her disappearance by now. I don't want to leave supernatural traces that could lead back to me.
For mercy, you pigs. You disgust me. You scum. You scum.
She's a little bit annoying. Not the prettiest face, though. So this is Zordon's. That's wrong franchise. Zobek's place. Looks kind of cool. Looks rather pretty. Got some cool statues like that. I also think that that looks a little bit like the moving portrait from... What was that movie with Keanu Reeves and Al Pacino? Where he's the devil lawyer who's helping. I don't know. You guys know what I'm talking about. I can't remember the name. Some of the comments will probably let me know. Uh-oh, we're going outside. Shit is going bad out here. They're just hacking that body up. Let's jump into some combat. I'm Dracula, motherfuckers. I think I'll definitely end up finishing this game. The story is interesting enough that I want to see what happens. It might not seem that way, but they set up a lot within the game. Within the opening of the game, rather. That I don't want to spoil too much, but if you follow Castlevania lore and especially Symphony of the Night, then it's rather cool their take on what's going on right now with the Castlevania lore. As far as I know, they finished the story, or at least that's what they set out to do. It's been stated that this is Mercury Steam's final rendition on this franchise. So, what the hell is that? I don't know what that is. Can I not activate that? Is that an egg? It's a dodo egg. Well, the dodo egg disappeared. Oh well. Interesting. Oh, we can also freeze that. Nope, that's not what I'm doing. Interesting. I really want to try and find some of the rat possession stuff, because it's really weird. Like, you can become a rat.
I must do something else to extinguish them.
And you can possess people, and there's like some weird stealth mechanics to a lot of it. It's just different. It was not what I was expecting from a Castlevania game. But everything else, apart from that, I've actually enjoyed quite a lot. Yes. It does this stuff where it actually like stares at something for way too long to recognize or to let you know that you've actually done something. It's a little bit weird. A little bit weird. Alright, let's use this elevator. So I don't want to show you guys too much because this is a very story-driven game. But I want to see if there's a stealth function up here. I think it might also be showing us a little bit more modern. Yeah, this is modern day. I haven't seen... I've had one scene outside. And that is a airplane crashing. Okay. Seems like this place is just going completely terrible. They're having a bad time. Jesus. Like I was saying earlier, it feels completely different from the first game. I feel like the first game was really rooted in the fantasy and the lore, and this game seems rooted in, I don't know, I guess a different side of that. There have been instances of who they show character-wise, and there's a lot of stuff like that, but I want to see where they take this. They take this modern day stuff, because the characters that they've introduced so far are actually really good, in the sense of Castlevania lore. And I think the Chupacabra's great. We've seen a couple other guys like that. I wonder. I think Pan in the first game was actually a cool character. A lot of people like. Why can't I pick this stuff up? Can I like? Can I tie items to my D-pad and equip them? I don't know how to pick this stuff up. Well, I'm sure that's something for another day. I really wonder when they're going to do like an HD up or an HDified 2D Castlevania, or a 2.5 3D, something like Strider was, which I guess is the last game that I've played of that style. I think it'd be really interesting. I just killed myself. I fell right into that. To see what they could do with that. Because Strider, I actually enjoyed a shit ton. And I would really want to see where they can take that. Can I jump down here? Can't. Every now and then you'll find stuff that you can break, and it gives you some bonuses. You can find some XP and stuff in there. I'm just spamming A. What the hell is supposed to be in here? I don't know. Probably something I need to come back and visit later. I'm sure that's got something to do with it. Oh, what's this? Hey, buddies. What the hell is this? Well, can't do anything here yet. It's cool that I found it, though. I think a lot of people are going to be hesitant to pick this up. The first game had a lot of less than favorable reviews with it as well, but then it turned out to be not that bad of a game. I think one of the biggest... Oh, crap. One of the biggest complaints, actually, of the first game was the FPS. If you haven't played it, I would definitely recommend picking it up. On the PC, I've actually got a JPOV of it already. If you're looking for some more information on that, do you necessarily have to have it to play this game? Not really. They do a pretty good job of explaining everything in the first half of the game. I guess let's finish this guy off. But overall, I think this is a pretty good game. What I can tell, I haven't seen anything that's glaring. There's nothing too bad. I had one crash when I went to Alt-Tab earlier, but that might have just been a DX-Tori issue with the game. Trying to run DX-Tori and capturing as well and Alt-Tabbing. That might have been why it crashed. Apart from that, though, it seems very stable. Like I said, it runs very well. Haven't dropped below 100 FPS on my machine, so I would imagine that you could run it on pretty much a mid-tier graphics card or mid-tier PC setup. Let's see if this goes anywhere up here. If it's just more fighting, then we might just call it. Get a little bit of platforming, I guess. Oh. These are interesting. They're called pain boxes. It's how you up your HP, your MP, or your other Ps. This one is for... What is that one for? Chaos? Yeah. The Chaos Gem. You collect 5 of them, you get more. Where am I supposed to go? Oh, okay, right in here. Into the books. Can I break this shit? Bet you I can break this stuff. Oh, okay, sweet, sweet. You guys can see what I'm talking about. So, it's time to turn into a rat. I would assume there's some that turn into bats as well. This stuff's a little bit interesting. You can see up in the top left, I have 9 rats for me to turn into. Wait, how do I jump up there? Ah, there we go. I like how even his like fangs are just glaring. You can jump in this. That's the limit to the amount of interaction that I've seen. Then I have to go over into the darkness to restore my appearance. I wish that would just be tied to a button to where I could just like change that on the fly, but I understand how it could break some stuff, so I get that. I understand. Is there anything the other way? Doesn't look like it. Let's go up this way. Got a lot of XP. And I assume we're going to get in a fight when we jump down here. What was that? What are memorials? I think they introduced this. A lot of reading in this game. I'm not going to waste time in this JPOV to read that. Hey, buddy. When the characters, or sorry, when the enemies do that, they are unblockable attacks, so you have to dodge out of the way. Oh. Well, I think we're going to leave it here and stop. Because I don't want to show too much of this game. I just want to show enough so that you guys get a sense of what it is. But overall, I'm enjoying my time with this game. I haven't seen... There's no awkward or cringy moments in the story. The fights seem fun. Like I'm having a great time with them. I haven't had any issues with them. Game looks pretty good, especially on the PC. If you are going to play this game, like I said, I think the PC is the definitive place to play it. I have seen the 360 and the PS3, and they do look like 360 and PS3 games. They did not really spend too much time making it look pretty. So definitely pick it up on the PC. But thank you all for watching. That is what I've got on Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2. We'll see you guys later. I'm JP McDaniel signing out. Bye-bye.